Okay, there we go.
Hello everyone,
Hello everyone, my name is Lottie.
and my name is Jay.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
That was a nice one.
Yeah. So today we are answering some questions created by AI, namely by DeepSeek version 3, specifically for us.
Yeah, so Jay put some information about us onto DeepSeek and it generated these questions.
I have already called it psychotherapy, but it's not psychotherapy at all, and we'll try to prove it. But anyway, we'll try to answer these questions.
Why don't you choose one, actually, or even just give me a number?
Just maybe 25.
Okay, 25.
I don't even know what it's all about, yeah.
Oh my god, okay, this is a good one, okay. When you were younger, did you imagine your adult self would be more or less certain about things than you actually turned out to be? So I'll read that again because it's quite long.
Yeah.
When you were younger, did you imagine your adult self would be more or less certain about things than you actually turned out to be? Like
I think I felt I would be more certain about things, and I believe that I would become like a second Arnold Schwarzenegger. When I was 10.
That was your...
Yeah, it was no, well, I didn't know anything about him. I just saw him in some films, and that's it. It was enough. I wanted to be muscular, big and strong, yeah. And for some funny reason, it's not like about his character or something. Not about his views. I didn't know anything about his racism or about his background.
I don't know anything about his racism. Is he racist?
I don't know. Alleged racism.
Let's find out, shall we?
Yeah.
Great.
But I was sure that I will be very certain.
So you idolized him, okay?
Yeah. What about you? What about your childhood fantasies about yourself?
Well, first of all, I had absolutely no image of what I would be like at the age of 29, which I turned last Saturday. I didn't have a concept for myself about certainty. In fact, when I was younger, I wouldn't say I was like, oh, I don't care what happens. I cared very much about what happened. But I was actually mostly focused on the next few years rather than as an adult. Like, I had a vague notion of what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be, but I was like, this doesn't even, bear thinking about until I've done these things in the nearer future. So, for example, let's say, when I was 16, I was doing 16 to 18, it's about 10 years ago. I was doing my A-levels, which is like year, right? I was thinking about what I wanted to do, like what I wanted to study, what university I wanted to go to. But as far as I thought about jobs as well. But beyond that, like post university life, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 years. I could die, whatever,
Yeah.
So I was very serious and was much of a planner, but not to such a huge extent. But once I finished university, moved out, especially once I came here, I found myself far less tied to certain and specific plans, which has been a lot better, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you another random one.
Yeah.
What's something you're drawn to aesthetically that doesn't seem to match the rest of your personality? So, for example, for me, I don't think this really counts because I was a goth when I was younger, but maybe usually I wear quite bright things, but I was also super into goth fashion.
Well, yeah. Knowing me, I used to be a metalhead. I used to be a metalhead, and you can imagine that I used to wear my hair long. I used to listen to Deicide, Napalm Death, etc. And those people who know me now, only now, they find it difficult to understand that I used to love other things. So these days I do not listen to heavy music. I prefer classical music or jazz, something more relaxing. Yeah. maybe.
I still listen to the same music I used to.
Really?
Yeah. But I was never super into metal. I did listen to metal, but not a lot. My good friend actually really recently saw Napalm Death live.
Wow.
In Birmingham, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pick another one, another number.
Let it be 17.
17.
Have we covered it?
No,
Not
we
yet?
have not. Okay, so do you think being good at explaining things can be a way of keeping people at a comfortable distance? This is quite an on the nose one.
Well, what do they want to say? Is it like
Yeah.
like explaining things, keeping people at a distance? So
I think it means like I do have a concept of what this is asking specifically.
Yeah.
Like I've even been like called out on this before. Like, okay, for example,
Yeah.
let's say someone does something that bothers me. Like, this could be from various angles. I'm not sure about this.
Right.
Okay, for example, I remember like a friend, for example. I was going to meet them, but they were being quite flip-floppy about it, which is, I don't mind if someone wants to meet or doesn't want to meet, but I don't like this flip-floppiness. I like to know what's happening and that's it.
You'd like to have everything under control.
Yes, I messaged them in the morning, like, it's okay, yeah, just let me know what's happening today. And then, like, they were messaging me like normal, and then I messaged them like, hey, are we meeting today, like, directly that time? And they ignored it and just carried on speaking to me like normal throughout the day. And then a few hours later, I was like, I've asked you like 3 times if we're meeting today. It's okay if you don't know, but just answer the question. Like, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And they were quite bothered by it, but they felt bad and said sorry. And I was like, okay, I feel kind of bad now too. So I did send, like, I explained in quite a lot of detail about why I was kind of like, yeah, sorry, no, like, I don't like it. You know, it's okay if you're not sure, or you want to let me know later, or we can make other plans, but I can't, my brain can't handle just being, like, ignored. Just, if you don't know, say you don't know, it's fine.
Yeah.
But probably my explanation was quite long and maybe came across as quite patronising, I think. So what I mean is, maybe it means over-explaining could be a way of maybe, I don't know, calling people out excessively, making them feel patronised, you know, or guilty for something. That's my interpretation.
Yeah. Sometimes when people understand the gap between me and them, they don't like me to explain things, although they ask me to explain something, which is interesting because if they feel, for example, if they feel stupid, they themselves, and they ask me to explain something, I start explaining and they understand even less after my explanation. I feel sort of guilty because I realize that I just did what they asked me to do. But they realize that the gap is even wider than they used to think. So that's why sometimes, yeah, it can widen the gap if you start explaining something which should be taken as it is. It's not about personal relations, it's about something more sophisticated. I mean, it's also sophisticated, of course, yeah, personal relations, but something about like my research, for example, yeah. Once I start explaining something to my subscribers, they understand even less. For example, sometimes they ask me to translate my posts into Russian. I tell them that they don't want me to translate those posts into Russian, but they insist. Then I translate them into Russian, and then they come to realize that it was not about English, it was about their level of knowledge.
I mean, yeah, we can all be quite forgiving to people. It's no egregious crime, I suppose. We're realising things every day. But yeah, I guess the question is about just like explaining something rather than like over-explaining, but I guess it shouldn't really make a difference here. But I think you've kind of nailed it. Got the nail on the head there. Like, if you are good at explaining things and you're displaying that you're knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Whereas I was talking more about interpersonal conflict. I think that you are. It is keeping people at a comfortable distance.
If I put it plain and simple.
Even just because the tone is very professional.
Explaining, so when they come to realize that it was the easiest way to explain it, and they still fail to understand it, it hurts, and they understand that why they asked me, because they competed with me subconsciously.
Yeah,
they wanted to be as clever as I am.
It's more an issue of social dynamics rather than like an issue of explaining bad or explaining good. You know, you have to really weigh up and measure what's happening here. Maybe some people don't care. I certainly don't care about many things, to be honest, when people, ask me questions and maybe don't like the answer. Probably vice versa, but it's not really the end of the world, not something I'm really too concerned about. Good, thank you. We'll start to slow it down there, I think.
Yeah. Some jokes?
Some jokes, yes, that was
to make it sound more positive.
But I enjoyed that actually a lot. Okay, so some jokes to wind down today.
Mm-hmm.
Why was the blind man wet? Well, you can see, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. Why was the blind man wet?
Should it be a pun or something?
Because he couldn't see that well. Because he couldn't see that
well. That's well. Oh yeah.
So that's why we still up to.
It should be a pun. Yeah.
Okay.
That's well. Okay. Yeah.
I like this one. I took the shell off my champion racing snail thinking it would make it faster. If anything, it just made it more sluggish.
Sluggish, yeah. Like sluggish growth, yeah.
I was trying to find jokes because I kind of talked about this at the end last time, like specifically British related, but not about Brits, but for Brits. Should we do one more?
Yeah. Let's see.
I don't get this one at all. Two parrots were sat on a perch. One says to the other, "Can you smell fish?"
Can I smell fish? Something fishy.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm going to Google that one.
Sat on the perch. What is perch? Is there
a
second meaning
it's
to
a
it?
fish.
Fish? Is it something sexual?
No, it's not. No,
what
it's
is
a
it?
fish.
Fish? Parrot?
No, what?
On the perch.
Is a fish.
Yeah,
and
perch.
Also like something for parrots.
Funny.
I thought, okay, I thought it was an anti-joke.
Oh yeah. Because I just recalled some like shaking a parrot, etc. Like some other phrases.
Two fish in a tank. One says, "You drive and I'll fire the gun." I like that one. It's the same kind of thing, like tank, like fish tank and tank.
Fish tank.
Yeah.
By the way, what do you think about clownfish?
Cute.
It looks.
I like fish. They're very nice.
Funny, yeah.
I like all animals actually, apart from monkeys. On that happy note,
let's Google a clownfish and let's.
Yeah, we
let's
can
enjoy
show
the view.
pictures of clownfish.
Clownfish.
He's very gorgeous and nice, I think. Yes, he's lovely. You can see him in Leningrad Zoo.
Yeah.
He's cute and sweet. I like him a lot.
So enjoy your English. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Thank you. That was good fun.
Yeah, bye.